I am Dayo Go, aka your dad. I'm here at College Beach Compound with TP, man. This take two.
Yep. Like I say to a lot of the artists and DJs that come through, this is a little bit of a media experience.
Yeah.
Whether or not it's like looking at me or talking a little bit slower
Yeah.
or, having the mic, directly in your face that, you're able to touch the mic, like whatever you feel the most comfortable.
Yes, sir.
So, how the drive, how is the drive coming out here? It's a little bit of a
Man,
hike.
it's raining right now. It's looking a little nasty outside, but
yeah.
other than that, man, we gonna do what we gotta do.
For sure, and it's nice and quiet, and what I
Yes,
really like
sir.
about this place too is the only people that come out are people that are serious.
Yeah.
So I really like that type of approach. And I think the last time that we got to chop it up was at the Freestyle Friday.
Yes, sir.
And I think a part of that, you spoke about how you actually interned at the Wiz and now you're on it. So if you want to talk a little bit about, how you were able to intern at the Wiz and what part of your life that was.
Yeah. So when I first, got to Cincinnati, I came down for school originally. So while I was in school, I took an internship class, and that class led me to, being in cahoots with the communications director and trying to figure out where I should internship at. So me and her spoke. We had a conversation, and she liked my personality.
Sure.
And she was just like, do you like music? Would you try radio? And I'm like, I love music, and I would give radio a shot,
Sure.
I guess. So
And that was around the same time that JDough was still at the Wiz, like the first round, right?
yeah, yes, sir.
Yeah, and like, what's your whole relationship with JDough? Because I know, didn't you hit him like something like Red Like JDough, right?
No, that was JB.
JB,
Yeah.
oh shit.
Yeah, but I was
man.
there. I was there.
Yeah,
Remember?
yeah,
I was
yeah.
there when JB said that. But
Man.
Nah, JDough, he cool peoples, man. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Never had a problem with him, man.
Yeah.
He do his job well, and you know what I'm
Man,
saying?
I
I
have
respect
something
him.
to talk to JB about then.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, that was JB though. I was definitely there when he said that. That was hilarious.
Yeah, because I think you were up there, and
Yeah.
it was Ebb and Flow.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Some spitters up there.
Yeah,
Fame.
if you want to talk a little bit about your team, like who
Yeah.
you ride with, and I know you have your producer Trey here
Yes,
today
sir,
as
man.
well.
I got my guy Trey in the back, my producer and roommate.
Yeah,
you know
talk
what
a
I'm
little bit
saying?
about your team and like
So,
where that has come from.
Really, man, my team really just consists of just my core like initial friends. If we just being 100, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, my roommate and producer, me and him have known each other since like 8th grade. You know what I'm saying? We both from Lima, the Bean. Shout out 419. You know what I'm saying? So DJ Stone, that's my guy. Just went out to his show last night at Mad Frog. So me and him rock with each other heavy, man. Me and him got some big plans in effect, and he's always my DJ when we do our shit.
Yeah, he's one of our official DJs as well.
Yeah, man. He do what he do. So I mean, really shit. And oh yeah, my guy Money Sign and Ebb and Flow. Of course, my girl, she helped me with everything I need as far as like just the minuscule things that you probably wouldn't think matter, but over time that shit is like super important. Like budgeting, like marketing, certain promotion ideas, like just certain shit like that. So
Yeah, because we were talking about different freestyle ideas, and
yeah,
I obviously came up with an interesting one that we'll find out a little bit later. But I've even got and I don't know if I want to talk about it too heavily, but your whole walking freestyle concept. Where did that really come from?
Man, honestly, it just came from me just getting connected with nature, man. I've always had really bad allergies my whole life, and I cut some things out of my diet, so to speak. And this was like one of the first springs last year. Was like one of the first springs I could breathe like outside. I'm like, damn. So this is what flowers really smell
That's
like.
interesting.
You know what I'm saying?
That's interesting.
It was wild for me, yeah. So I just wanted to take advantage of that. I'm like, I started going on walks to just go to the park. I live right next to. And what park was that? Fairview Park. I used to live like right next to it, so I just walk there damn near every day and just, get in my zone, get some headphones on, just rhyme by myself. And I just went home one day and I just was like, man, I want to put some videos out of me freestyling, but like I don't want them to look like just everybody else's. you know, everybody just in front of the camera just rapping. So I'm like, let me find a way to do this. So, you know what I'm saying? Oh shit. Oh, okay, hold on. He just put a beat on just out of nowhere. Oh, turn it up a little bit if you can.
Look, right away, you ain't playing with niggas. Light of day, you ain't giving the niggas. They'll go, but I'm hella cold and I serve like I'm silver. Got an attitude, you can get the fuck out my mentions. Look, who latitude to the groove with a dude? I'm going up, all you niggas is doomed. All black when I enter the room. Clap, clap, now all you see is the tune. Lights on, shawty do what it do. In the right zone, making moves with me and my dudes. When the mic on, you should know that I get loose. Niggas like, can you write my song? Yeah, but the price like a mile long. Stock going up like the Dow Jones. I got a fever, I'm hella hot, check the meter. All my features, dog, I'm hurting you. And I'm only coming for headshots, so I wouldn't ride in no convertibles. This is no commercial though, this the main event. But for your instance it is, cause y'all all came and went. You remind me of my bit, can never find it. Flow your highness, off the mind without a fine tip. Black guy, need a goddess, changing climates. Oh my, it's a bird or a plane or the highest thing flying. Remind them of Zion, I ain't lying. Run the game like a lion. In your whole world, dog, I'm something like Leviathan. In your whole girl, dog, I'm something she a dragon. Look, the money longer, the team stronger, we going harder. You would think the click was take a bite. Girl keep calling me, but I just keep declining it. Just talked to Hov, I heard they talking about signing them. Spit sick shit, get it out like it's sinuses. Infections, cause I'm infectious, yet precious. Like a jewel or a necklace. With a message, it's something that you ain't forgetting. Recollecting thoughts with all my brethren. Niggas gotta preach like reverence. And I'm with my nigga TP, rolling up a leaf on college beats, blowing OGs of the niggas know I gotta go. Hella hard when I flow off the dome. I don't even need a microphone. Niggas looking lightweight, talking styrofoam. Man, I bench press. Niggas looking. Hey, hold on, man. Hey. I can still go, look, man, I still go, look, man, I still flow. Bet I roll a boat. If I see your whole titties, bet I motorboat. I'm on top of this shit, man, I thought you know. Man, I finger roll when I go to the hole. Okay.
Yeah, hey, that's MC though. You got to be ready for anything.
Yeah, that's a part of it. That was one of the ideas, and I think the more that I do it, the more that artists will know that it's something that I do on a consistent basis. So not saying that they'll be anticipating it, but I feel like, you know, from my experience with the Freestyle Friday, I don't want to say this, but nearly 80% of everybody came with, you know, a decent amount of preparation. Yeah. You know, and I think that, I don't know how much you've watched of my previous podcasts or previous freestyles, that all of that was just, you know, me hanging out with someone, you know, them saying that they would be open to freestyling, me pulling up, you know, an Oracle beat on the spot, right, and, you know, putting it together and being, you know, very original, you know, and I don't want to expose anybody, but, you know, on the cypher, you know, there were people that were prepared for a certain beat, and then when they didn't get it, you know, they were pretty salty.
Man, you know, that's what I'm saying. Like, you just got to be prepared for
talk
anything,
talk a little bit about that. Like, what is your preparation, you know, behind doing freestyles?
Man, for real, like, I didn't know how to freestyle at all, first of all. So let's just get that out the way. Like, it's just with anything, with any talent, with any profession, like, you got to grow with it. You have to just stay repetitious, man. Repetition is the father of learning. Ask your dad. You feel me? Yeah. So, you know what I'm saying? It just came with
practice.
Me. Yeah, like
practice.
Hey, yeah, practice though. What was messed up about that video though, that was really misconstrued. But that's another story. But anyway, man, I go home, I get right off of work, and I link with either my dude Ed, or I link, you know, with my guy Trey, or I'm just by myself, you know what I'm saying? I just throw on a beat as soon as I go home, and I just start freestyling. Like, I have fun. Like, that's how I vent to myself. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, shit, when me and Eb had this thing going on, like, when we would get off of work, or just, like, when we see each other, we had to rap about our day. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't talk to me about what just happened, like, rap
about it. Yeah, that's so interesting.
We would just, you know what I'm saying, rap about our normal day, or just about things we would see in the room, and like, it just kept evolving. Like, as much as we would freestyle every day, we just would throw ourselves like little mini challenges. We do like, you know what I'm saying? We'll say this word after this bar. Like we'll throw out certain words as we freestyling. And I'm not to say I'm a master. I'm not to say I'm even at the place where I think I want to be at. I just have fun doing it. And it also helps me with my writing process because I do both. You know what I'm saying? Like some days I just be like, let's see what happens. Like I just see what happens when I turn on the mic today. Or it's just be some days I'll be like, man, I want to just spit this, but I want to write something out. But me freestyling helps me write. And then
as far as like on the more, written side with, your different projects, like what are some of the projects that you've previously released? What are the stuff that you're working on right now?
Well, my previous projects I released is Dear Summer. That was my first solo project ever dropped. The Love EP, that's my other project. That was my most recent one. I dropped that last February. And I'm working on something right now called EPSM. And it's right now, it's currently in his mixing process. It's all produced by my man, again, Trey, my roommate. So, man, we just kept everything all in-house. You know what I'm saying? I made it fairly quickly, honestly. It was just, you know what I'm saying, just challenging myself. Honestly, we had just a slew of beats that we never rapped on yet. We just, kind of categorized, went through Trey's whole Mac, just what beats we was really messing with the most, and we found 7 originally. And I believe, like, we'll have 10 on there. I'm gonna say the number's 10, so we'll see.
And when do you think it'll be coming out?
Man, I'm trying to drop it early summer, so stay tuned, like late spring, early summer. So
any features on it?
I got a couple. I got my man's Crooner on there. We got a banger. I like that track with Crooner a lot. I got my man's H2O. Y'all probably don't know my man's H2O. He nice though. I like giving people I mess with opportunities as well. I got Latrell repping from Lima. She's an R&B singer. Not a lot of people know about Latrell either, but she's very dope. And that's just how I try to keep it, man. I think the people I mess with, people don't kind of know them on a main basis yet, but like they will for sure.
Yeah, because I never knew you came from Lima.
Yeah, man.
So you probably have like a whole, other crew out there.
Yeah, man. We just move. We move low key, man. We don't like. I'm still getting into the whole thing of like posting whatever I do. It's like I just be forgetting. Like I just never got into that. Honestly, I just do what I do and then I leave.
Consistency is key. From a business standpoint. But you shouldn't have to worry about that. As the artist, that whomever is managing you or whoever is setting you up, where you go out and take 4 different outfits and take 100 different photos, and then guess what? You're straight for the next 2 months.
Man.
It's that long-term vision over short-term gains, because sure, you could snap on a daily basis, but at the end of the day, if you're busy, you forget. That consistency is definitely gonna play a big role. And I think we're kind of like going backwards, but I also wanted to ask like what your inspiration was, like getting into music. Was it the people around you? Was it your living situation? Was it a particular artist that inspired you?
I think mainly it was because I just got in a phase where I just felt like I was uninspired listening to music, and I never felt that way. Like I was the dude that was like on LimeWire, like any chance I got, like fucking up your local computer, like little viruses. Like I just stayed on LimeWire, man. Like literally. Yeah,
BearShare, LimeWire.
Yeah, man. Like I was always just listening to music. I just loved music that much. So, and I had a super slow computer, so I had to do what I had to do. You know what I'm saying? But rephrase me with the you said
as far as like an inspiration. Was it the people around you? Was it a specific artist?
It just ended up just coming from like I was just like, man, I feel like I'm just listening to the same shit. Like nobody's really being original anymore. I feel like a lot of artists are sounding like other artists. It isn't I thought originality was lost, just being 100. And I was just like, I want to have that feeling back where I want to go download some music because, like, I'm excited to. Yeah. And I was waiting on somebody to give me that feeling. And I was like, well, since somebody's doing it for me, I guess I just got to go do it for myself. So that's what I did.
And then what kind of setup did you start out recording on? You know, what kind of mics, like what kind of software, like, you know, when you first began your musical journey, what was the first type of equipment that you worked on?
Well, I had a microphone that was actually my girl's mic because she used to rap prior to me. If anybody knows who Mookie Love is. I'm sorry. Mookie Love is super dope. You know what I'm saying? She just, going through life, but she getting back in there. But same time, she gave me that mic when I told her, I was very for real with it. And I just needed something just to, get me by. And she gave that to me. So that was like my first mic.
What kind of mic was that?
It was like an interview, like a podcast mic. I forget what
that's why I like asking like these interesting questions because like I told you earlier, like not saying that this is an interview or this is a podcast, like this is more or less like an opportunity for us to chop it up. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, like anybody could ask you, these same generic questions, but it's like, I'm genuinely interested because I feel like, the whole purpose of this is not for me getting content. It's for your audience. It's for, other people to be able to connect with you on an emotional level. Right. And if another artist can be like, oh, damn, like that's, I started out on a, podcast mic. All right, dope. Like, like I can, keep on moving. Yeah. So I definitely think that that's, really important, to factor into everything.
Humble beginnings, bro. Yeah. You got to start somewhere though. So if anybody, you ever get a feeling from somebody that just think they just better than you, man, just, what I'm saying, just get away from that. Everybody had to start from somewhere.
Yeah, and we talked a little bit earlier about karma too. Yeah. And like it's real hard. It's real hard because, like, especially when it comes to commerciality, with everybody sounding the same, that, from my business standpoint, I do want something more commercial, because then if we're talking to, Universal Music Group or if we're talking to these, different labels and we provide them with something that they're already comfortable with, they may bite. And then what you're able to do is then through the back door, get, that more original type of sauce out. And I feel like, from a non-artist perspective, which, I kind of bring to the table, that's just really what I'm looking at. So to talk, a little bit more long-term wise, what would you say is your vision? More short-term, like shit that, you can accomplish now, plans that, shows or different things. And then as far as like long-term wise, attainable goals, but also unattainable goals, like, different artists that you want to work with or different things like that, if you want to talk a little bit on that.
Yeah, for sure. Some of the short-term goals I got right now is to get a residency somewhere and just, be able to have like a whole month where I can just, maybe like every Saturday type thing or every Friday or maybe every Thursday, because I know the college scene be popping on Thursdays, man. So that's definitely a short-term goal of mine. I'm trying to drop this project. I want to at least get to I want to at least get to like 5 videos out this year for sure. 5 to like 7 videos.
And who does your videos?
Money Longer, if anybody's heard of him. Yeah, he's super dope, man. He very well known in the city. He's very versatile. He's done videos for, all the way to the street music, all the way to the conscious music. You feel me? So Money Sign do his thing, man. That's like who I rock with super heavy. He was one of those dudes who believed in me early, and every time we link up, it's a movie for sure. So we just been...
And you talked a little bit about those other projects. Where can they find them?
The Love EP and Dear Summer are both on SoundCloud. Dear Summer is on Dat Piff as well. That did some numbers like in the first day for real. So Dear Summer's still like a classic. It's still hitting, man. That's Code Red is off of there. Jungle is off of there. Lime was on the Love EP, but it's a lot of bangers on Dear Summer still. And also the Love EP is on SoundCloud. That's the one that has Lime on there. Blush, Ego with Leo. That's my guy. Shout out Leo, man. He down to LA now. Big moves. But yeah, that's, and that leads right into my big goals
your long-term
too.
vision.
I want to eventually maybe get out of Ohio for a second and just continue to endorse it. Oftentimes I've seen just in the past, when it comes to hip hop, especially in Ohio, it's very hard for it to blow here because it's not very promoted here, to say the least.
Well, I mean, just think, hip hop wise, like as far as like the states go, and sometimes I have to explain to people, we are at the most southern part of Ohio.
Yeah.
Right? Northern Kentucky is going to be a lot more liberal than southern Kentucky. Mm-hmm. As, Cleveland is probably more conducive than Cincinnati.
Yeah.
So it's just a matter of the area.
It
really.
is, man. And then on top of that too, like on a national scale, like when it comes to tours, when you think of like big hip hop artists, they kind of sometimes skip Ohio or the Midwest period. Like they might go to Illinois,
Detroit,
you know what I'm saying? They might go to Michigan, but like if they come to Ohio, it might be like one city, you know what I'm saying? It might be Columbus, it might be Cleveland. But I remember specifically like for the Damn tour, Kendrick, he on his first when he first posted the dates, Ohio wasn't even on there. I'm like, damn, bro, like it. But you gotta also think they go off of like a census. They go off of how much how people are listening to music in different areas. And Ohio is always like at the bottom when it comes to hip hop. You know what I'm saying? So they just going off of how they getting their money back off of touring. You know what I'm saying?
Business.
So you really can't get mad at that. But at the same time, being from Ohio and being an artist and trying to, being on the come up and trying to get my music out there on a global scale, I may have to step away from Ohio just for, a split second and eventually, come back with the world behind me. And then there ain't no stopping Ohio at that point. I believe somebody got to put Ohio on, man.
Yeah.
Like on a crazy scale, you know what I'm saying? Like, because I'm not just thinking Ohio. I never was. Like, I'm not trying to be the best in the city. I'm not trying to be the best in the state. Like, I'm just trying to be the best.
Yeah.
Dayo go. Like,
sure.
I'm trying to be the best me.
Yeah, because if you're not successful, what's the whole point?
What's the point? Like, I'm just trying to do
so
me
talk
to the best.
Talk a little bit about, like, what artists that you would like to work with that are seemingly unattainable. Like, what kind of features are you being featured on their stuff? Like, who would you like to work with?
Well, first of all, I'm going to say ain't nothing unattainable. But second, I'm going to say some dream artists I believe I see myself working with. J. Cole, for sure. Joey Badass, for sure. JID, for sure. Rick Ross, Jeezy. I love Nipsey Hussle. I before I die, I got to get a verse from Jadakiss. Got to. Me and Trey my producers just listening to Jadakiss.
Yeah, because I like putting it out in the world.
Yeah, man,
like I like talking about,
big,
big moves only. Because at the end of the day, like, what's our motivation? And I see like, someone like you where you are performing, at a lot of events.
Yeah.
That it really, I'm trying to think of the purpose, that I think like I keep on, looking at, whether or not it's a podcast or freestyles or, different things like that. And it's real tough because like, what's the purpose? What is the purpose? And I think that, as a city, we're really missing a coalition, and me talking to Kickley a little bit and Kickley talking to the city and Doubleson and different things that we're trying to do. And because at the end of the day, like if it's not big,
why do it?
I mean, what's the purpose of this? And obviously you're getting an experience and that's great, so then you're more prepared and, this media, interaction's great for you. And, I just want to, thank you for coming out and not only that, but to let you know that not everybody, you know, and to let you guys know as well, not everybody gets to come up here. You know, that really the only people that I'm having out here are people that I genuinely believe in and people that I'm working with.
Right.
You know, absolutely, because I have a lot of managers, you know, ask to have their artists up, and I'm like, no, I want to have you up here.
Yeah.
Like, if not you specifically, but the manager, that it's like, all right, well, if I have a relationship with you, like, let's, you know, develop the relationship, you know, because at the end of the day, like, this isn't about hitting licks. Like, this is about developing long-term relationships. And for me, I want to check in the mail for the rest of my life with your name on it, you know, and if I didn't, you wouldn't be here, because at the end of the day, if you're not making any money, I'm not making any money, you know. So at the end of the day, like, all of what we have is for you to use, you know. So you're, you know, welcome back at any time, and you know, to do more, you know, organized freestyles, like once we have like the actual studio set up.
You already know, bro. Hit me up anytime, man. Anytime
Absolutely.
I hear a beat, you already know I'm
For
gonna
sure.
get happy.
For sure.
That's what Dayo mean.
Absolutely.
Man.
So where can people find you?
Man, y'all can find me on Instagram, Twitter, all social mediums at It's Dayo Gold, all lowercase, ITSDAYOGOLD. Follow my SoundCloud, Dayo Gold. You know what I'm saying? Follow my clothing brand, Ask Your Dad. It's teespring.com/AskYourDad1, the number 1. So holla at me, man. We got a lot of big stuff coming. You feel me, CP? I really appreciate you, bro.
Yep.
College Beats.
We'll keep on chopping it up.
You already know, man.
We'll see it.
Love.